Yo, 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 yo. Wisdom Talk Podcast, episode 40. 40.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. 10 more is going to be 50. You see him? He got that phone. Oh. 281 0 281 330 8004. Look at that. It just has nothing to do with 40, but yeah, it's your boy.
I know.
AKA H2O, the Cameroon goon. I ignore all that. We're going to keep that, though.
Yeah, we're going to keep it.
You already know what it is.
We're going to keep it. It's your boy, Juniani. We are here, episode 40. We are in the mix. We are in the building. I got to do a better job. You know what I noticed last episode? I keep like looking at the TV instead of the camera. I got to do a better job because I notice my eyes be looking up. Some people that watch probably think like, what's this nigga looking at? Like,
you're not looking at the right camera.
Yeah, so I got to hit whenever I'm looking at it. Whenever I'm trying to talk forward, I got to look at one of the cameras. You know what I'm saying? Just one of them. But yeah, episode 40. We are here.
Excuse me.
We are here, and then we got Mr. Beast over here with his solo camera.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Beast2Saucey, man. We back at it again, episode 40. Hey, man, let's get it.
Man, at this point, Beast, you might not even be like, you're just the third panelist. You know,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
he's the co-host.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We're co-hosts, and then you're the coco.
There's a term. Is there a term?
Like chocolate.
Is there a term for that? Like, there's a terminology for that? Like
Coco?
Coco?
No,
or is it?
I'm just bullshit. That's something serious, right?
Yeah. Because co means two. So if there's three hosts, there's got to be a term for that.
Tri-host?
Try.
I don't know.
Trio host?
Interesting.
No, that's dual host, but you use co.
Man,
look, I'm not the most literary guy. You're probably better than me in that. You taught me shit. So I'm the numbers cruncher.
I gotta start using the laptop more. People just like, why don't you just Google something?
Right. Yeah, I remember random statistics like 7% of men are blind. I mean, colorblind.
Really?
Yeah, 7%.
Wow.
I know.
That's interesting.
Another more darker statistic I remember is that 32% of kids are being raised by fathers that aren't biologically theirs.
Really?
That's sad.
Yeah, I know. That's why I warned it. I was like, that's a darker stat that I remember. But yeah, I just remember random numbers. I remember all the divorce rates. I remember one that's crazy is that lesbian marriages have the highest divorce rates. Gay marriages have the least divorce rates. And lesbian couples have the most domestic violence. And gay couples have the least domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that say? Who's really the problem?
I know.
It's usually the big bad man. The man's the bad guy. He's controlling, narcissist, abusive, and all that.
Right.
But it's like, why are gay people happier?
By the way, there's not a word for a trio of hosts. I guess they say co-host.
Oh, you Googled this shit.
I did Google it. Hey, we got the laptop here for a reason, man.
Hey,
might as well.
You're Jamie.
You know what I'm saying?
Joe Rogan shit.
You know what I mean? Like, so.
Hey, all the major platforms, they always have someone typing shit up, looking shit up. Man.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They always got somebody, behind the scenes, or they got like a Quincy. Quincy's state of the art right here.
He is our Jamie. That's the real Jamie.
Yeah,
right
you know
there.
what I mean.
They don't even get to see him.
They do see him sometimes. He come
and fix some camera
and
work.
adjust the camera.
They seen him even get down on the ground and try to fix the amp.
Like he'll get into an army crawl.
Quincy,
like,
we appreciate you, sir.
You know what I mean?
We appreciate
For
you.
real.
There you go. Camera switch. We appreciate you, sir.
Right.
Appreciate you. Big time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to switch because I got my Happy Dad merch from when I met Dana White. I got his whiskey. It was pretty dope. Shook his hand, met Kyle from the Note Boys, some of the other Note Boys, Full Sin.
So wait, that's
Dana White, huh?
That's the shirt you were wearing, you said?
No, they gave us free shirt and a free bucket hat.
Oh, okay.
Free trucker hat.
Cool.
Yeah, Happy Dad.
Cool.
And this is his whiskey, Howlhead.
Okay.
But yeah.
Cool.
That's cool.
The craziest thing about Dana is that when I'm introducing myself here, hi, my name is Dana. Nice to meet you. I'm
like he's a regular
I
person.
don't know you already.
You know what I'm saying?
I came here for you.
Dana, you don't think I know who you are, bro? Yeah. Then we take a picture.
Yeah.
Hey, this fool here.
Well, that's what's up though. At least he like was humble
He's
enough
humble.
to. Yeah,
That's why it
humble to just like
made me respect him more.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Wow, this dude's over here. I'm sure he's doing that with everybody. Hi, my name is Dana. Nice to meet you.
I saw something similar with Taylor Swift, where they were like at a dinner with like Ice Spice and her crew, and I guess she assumed that Ice Spice's crew wouldn't know who she is, so she was like,
that's a
"Hey,
good
I'm
assumption.
Taylor. Nice to meet you."
Because I bet she was around a lot of goon ass niggas. So I bet, hey, if I was Taylor Swift, this white pop girl, blonde, bombshell, wherever they like to call her, American sweetheart, get in the hood. She's gonna be like, "Hi, my name's Taylor. Nice to meet you." Even though they know about Shake Her Off and everything.
All that
Hood
shit.
niggas know about that shit, but she don't know that hood niggas know about that shit.
Right. I think they were at like some dinner or something. Like it was some dinner. I don't know. Like
Around Super Bowl time or what? Or they just hang out in
it
general?
was like it was like some award show or something.
Oh, so they get together every award, every main event, every like I guess public scenery. They kind of labels probably put them together. Hey, let's take pictures together. Look, Taylor Swift, Ice Spice, they're such besties. But they don't hang out.
No. I mean, they'll hang out in the press box at the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
You know
when the camera's on, they're besties.
Yeah,
off
right.
camera, they're thousands of miles apart.
Right.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. See you at the next event.
It's like when you have to dust off your blinds at your house the blinds on your window at your house. Are we that cool? You know what I'm saying? Where you just chilling, you roll out of bed and like you just got to go, you know what I mean, throw clothes in your laundry in your washer. Like I don't think they're that cool.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly. Not like something just pull up on you type of shit. No call, no text, just pull up on you type shit. Nah.
Right.
Like, bitch, I don't know you.
What the fuck are you doing here? Did you talk to my agent? Look at that.
For real.
Oh,
So we might as well just get straight into the sports. Me and Beast were talking about. You been watching the playoffs?
Oh,
The NBA playoffs?
It's so unpredictable.
Bro,
It's so unpredictable.
I
we already know
love
who's
Kyrie?
gonna be. Yeah.
bro. That's what I
Kyrie.
was saying. I want him to win. I want him to get this
Luka
ring,
gonna
bro.
get
I don't know
shit,
what
bro.
kicked into him, but like this
Bro.
playoffs, he's been hungry for something. He's
Bro,
got something
he
to
wants
prove.
to get it on
Chip
his own.
shoulder,
Yeah, he's got something to prove, and
He's like him and Luka have only been together for how many years?
this
like
is
two?
like their second season
Second?
together.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so he can do it with just because look, it's him, Luka, and then a bunch of role players. No
bunch of
disrespect to role players. Role players are important, especially in the playoffs.
But like they don't even have like three other starters.
Right.
They got 2-3 role players starting.
Luka, right? Luka and Kyrie are the only two All Stars. Yeah, I mean PJ Washington's straight
he's a
though.
starter. I'll give
He's
him.
a starter. Yeah, he's
a
straight
starter.
though. He's straight.
You know,
I totally forgot about him.
popping Brittany Winners.
Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking of when you said that. I was like, is he taking care of
He
that
already
crowd?
had another
Yeah.
kid and married.
Yeah,
Again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's married to another chick and they had a kid.
What?
right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Brittany Renner's just the first bitch.
PJ Washington's like a 76 overall or 77 overall.
I give him
Really?
No, I'm
in
saying
2K,
that's what he would be in 2K to me.
I would assume that right now.
Like a
Him
76,
saying that,
77.
I can see that if I hop on 2K after
Yeah.
Would you see him in like an 80
I'm
something?
no.
Nah.
No.
He's like a
Come on,
76.
76.
Yeah,
77.
76
he,
is right.
he should be known enough to get people, around it to be like, hey man, you gotta boost him up to 80 something.
Why would they want to listen to him? Because of Brittany Renner?
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly.
Hey, you want to smash my baby mama?
Right.
Get that hoe to an 80 then, nigga.
Bro,
All right then. I
Good
bag
81,
that.
bro,
I bag
son.
that.
Yeah,
You acting
man.
like you wasn't looking at her IG photos back in the day, bro. Come on, man.
But I love the fact that the NBA playoffs doesn't have to rely on LeBron, Steph, KD, Harden,
Think about this.
Chris Paul.
Think
Like,
about this. It's literally the Timberwolves and the Mavericks, and then it's the Celtics and the Pacers.
and I
The
love that.
Pacers.
And
And
I
the
love
Pacers.
it. I love new
Never
best.
we got
Never
Pascal
thought about
Siakam, so I'll be going for a Cameroonian.
True.
I'll be going for him, and he already got a ring for Toronto.
Yeah, he
so
did.
I'm like,
He did.
he's our boy. So I'm biased on that
Yeah.
because I don't have no horse in the race. So I'm just like Pascal Siakam.
Like
He's a little hothead though, but he be balling. When he be balling, he can shoot.
Shit.
He can take it to the hoop. He be making some sneaky passes. He be creeping on the defense, swatting blocks and shit.
Well,
rebounds.
they're down
He
2-0. They're down 2-0.
I know, and Halliburton got hurt.
Oh, they done.
Yeah.
It's a wrap, bro.
They're playing. Game 3 was going on while we're on the podcast.
Yeah, it's happening right now.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
They're done.
He went down in the second.
Oh, yeah, it's a wrap,
hamstring.
bro. It's a wrap.
And they say he wasn't going to return to game 3.
Damn.
I know. And they're down 2-0, right?
They're down 2-0.
Yeah, so it's about to be 3-0.
It's a wrap, bro.
They might get swept.
Maybe.
But I feel the Celtics going to choke, man, at the end of the day.
Even without Halliburton?
So you think
they don't have Halliburton.
So you think the Celtics are gonna choke against the Pacers?
No, like
or
after
like
the Pacers.
when in the finals.
Pacers. Yeah.
No matter if it's Mavericks or Minnesota.
Because I want either Ant or Luka to either win this whole. So
I thought Ant
should
have won MVP.
You think Anthony Edwards should have won MVP?
MVP this season.
I don't know.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Do you see what Timberwolves?
I think he's like Kyrie. They both had an awakening.
Him or Shea?
Yeah, I believe Shea Gill.
30 points, like
them two.
Consistent. So,
who would think that the Timberwolves and the Thunder would be as good as they are, bro?
Yeah,
True.
There was times in the playoffs I was like, I could see either team in the finals. These fools are nice, bro. And they're young.
The Thunder.
And they're young.
The Thunder they're young and deep. They're gonna get to a finals.
That's what I mean.
Eventually,
at some point, it was more Thunder than even Minnesota.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I was like, dog.
Nah, I can see the Thunder's getting to the finals like in the next 2 or 3 years.
They're all
like
in their 20s.
I can see that.
They're all in like their early mid 20s.
Yeah.
There's not even someone approaching 30 on their whole roster.
The Thunder are the youngest team in the NBA.
Yeah, and they're Shea got them right, man. And they got Dort and all these other
Chet
people.
Too. Chet
Hungry be blocking shots.
That's what I'm saying,
and he
bro.
shoots.
I'm saying.
Yep.
Chet is. I thought Chet was gonna be a bum at first, but he's proven to be like all right.
I thought he was gonna be injury prone.
Right.
I just thought that he wouldn't play a lot of games, especially the way he started.
Right.
He got hurt in that
pickup
game or something.
That pickup game with LeBron.
Game. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't even like
you don't know how he got hurt?
It was like an exhibition game.
It was an exhibition
it wasn't
game.
Even the season.
Yeah, it was an exhibition game, and LeBron was going hard to the rack, and basically he ran him over, trucked him.
And he was out for the whole game.
Yeah, he was out for the season.
That's how he started his career.
And
I was like, this nigga gonna stay hurt.
And ever since then, people were like, yo, this dude needs to get in the weight room.
What's that one nigga that used to always stay hurt? Greg
Oden.
Greg Oden. That nigga stay hurt. There was a lot of them niggas.
But see, Greg Oden was straight though when he was healthy.
When he was healthy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like Zion.
Yeah. Oh, he's another one.
Yeah.
And I like Zion too, man. I don't know why Zion.
I know.
Bro.
He a bit of a simp.
You know? Yeah, he is.
And, pregnant and strippers
you heard
and
about
shit.
that, yeah.
Dumbass nigga, dog.
He is.
Like he ain't already get caught up. We talked about this nigga months ago on in the other studio.
Yeah.
He ain't learned.
Yeah,
he ain't learned.
Because old girl is really praying for that dude downfall. Like
bad.
Horrible.
She was tweeting about it.
Facts, bro.
She had no
She's
shame.
just mad because she's not getting a bag no more.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why.
Next.
That's true.
She she squandered the bag. And now she's got to, she's mad about it. She's salty because she probably ain't got nothing else going on but her life.
Nope, she dropped
Only
everything.
way she stays relevant is by tagging that nigga, talking about him.
Right.
At this point.
Right.
She don't got nothing else going for her.
Nothing. But yeah, man, I want Kyrie to win. Whoever comes out the East, they're going to lose to the Mavericks. I think the Mavericks are going to win this year.
And you think the Mavericks taking it out?
Yeah, I think they are.
As someone from Houston, I don't like to hear that only because you got the Rangers won and they beat the Astros in doing so. Yeah, and then you got backdoor and have the Mavericks win. Bad. Dallas is going to be feeling themselves. And they got their whack-ass cowgirls, delusional ass niggas. This year's the year. This year's the year.
Okay, well, look at it this way. Look at it. Two things that Houston's got over them. We got better music.
True.
And we have a better football team.
Okay, that's true.
The Houston Texans are better than the Cowboys.
And Texas is more of a football state, so it's more of a football state first.
Right.
So whichever of the Texas teams have the better Texas team. I mean, whichever is the better of the two in the state of Texas, it's gonna get more notoriety. It's gonna get more glorified.
Shout out to the Dallas fans. We love y'all, but. We're a bunch of Houstonians here. We're Houston. We're some Houston niggas here. So we're gonna prop up Houston by default. All right.
Yeah, of course.
We in Houston
Love you,
right
Mom.
now.
Love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
But I can't say that word. The Cowboys.
Right.
Yeah.
Screw the Cowboys, bro.
The cowgirls.
And we Houston, we're Houstonians, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna say
You
this.
know what's funny though, because like me and Cyril's mom being a Cowboys fan, and me and Cyril despise the Cowboys because of it. Is that my mom's still so loyal all these years?
Oh my
man.
goodness.
I can't.
Man,
Oh,
back
my
in the 90s, she used to dress Cyril as Emmitt Smith and me as a cowboy with a lasso. And that's what fucked our brains up because we're like, we didn't want to be these characters. We wanted to do our thing. And my mom, because that was back when they were winning Super Bowl, she was like, no, you aren't going to be this. So that fucked us up. We like, fuck the Cowboys. Since I was a kid. Brainwash us into Cowboy fans. It turned us out the opposite.
Y'all just scarred, man.
Despise. Yeah, that's trauma right there. So, but they like, my mom still be like, I don't like Dak, but you know I don't like more Jerry Jones. He just cannot stay out of the way of the organization. He just thinks he's the coach. He thinks he's everything.
He is not.
But this year's the year. I'll show you, Pookie.
This is the year.
Every year. It's always the year, bro.
You're not serious.
Man,
You're not serious.
my mom always
Dallas
got the
Cowboys.
Fox games, the Fox Cowboys games on downstairs, blasting volume. She could be cooking, she could be
Y'all
doing
gonna be
wherever.
losing.
She ain't missing it.
Don't be losing.
Exactly.
Touchdown Dallas.
Exactly.
Touchdown Dallas.
All these years, bro. To this day. Like Deontay Wilder would say. To this day. Yeah, I'm like.
To this day.
I give her credit on that. Because, like, me as a Chiefs fan, all the years we sucked, I was a stay loyal.
I know y'all are like a dynasty now. Like
Yeah, I know. No one would have ever
Crazy.
guessed it.
We're gonna see this.
I
season. We gonna see.
probably would have guessed the dynasty. I was just
Crazy.
happy to get a Super Bowl before I die.
Hey
Right.
man, the Texans about to start a dynasty.
Hey,
No, I agree. I agree with
This
that.
dude Stroud throwing no look
Yeah.
passes in practice.
I
bro.
saw that video. I was like, bro, he is out of his
He
mind.
looking
right
like
now.
Patty. I'm like, look, I can see
I
in
don't
the
know.
I can
I
see in
don't
the
know.
future the top two quarterbacks being CJ and Patrick Mahomes.
I think C.J. Stroud is going to be a top 5 quarterback probably after
By the
next
end
year.
of this season,
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Lord willing, he don't get hurt.
bro,
he plays.
they got
he's gonna be
Stephon
top 5,
Diggs.
bro. I know.
On top of keeping
On
everybody
top of
else.
Tank Dell.
On top of keeping everyone.
Malone.
And Joe Mixon. On top of keeping everyone else.
Oh, and they got Joe Mixon too,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Oh my god.
Joey Mixtape and Stephon Diggs. On top of everyone
forgot
else.
they got
Nico
him,
Collins,
bro.
Tank Dell, Schultz, all them other people.
Their
They
offense
still
is about
got
to be
Damian
crazy.
Pierce.
What if JJ
Oh,
comes back too, bro? I swear the
He
defense
talked about
about
it.
to-
Who did?
the
JJ
offense-
Watt,
He
he talked
about
about
to
it.
be
I know.
stupid.
D'Amico
talked
Ryans
about
basically
it.
said he wants him to come back too.
Bro,
Man,
He's like, we got a roster spot.
hey,
Come
That'd be
back
crazy.
as a coach. Don't come back as a player, bro.
yeah.
Bro, what you mean?
Be like a
Come on.
player coach.
Who?
JJ Watt can still play,
He
bro.
could be a
Play.
player coach, like a nigga with the full pads on but a clipboard.
I think
I
he
mean, he can, but he still needs to play.
He still
Give that
can
nigga
play.
like 5 plays, 5-10 plays.
That nigga,
Nah,
if
bro.
he does that, he's gonna definitely be the guy. Like, he gonna have
Excuse me.
his board in his hand. He be like, man, fuck it, man, I gotta do it myself.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I
That's
said.
exactly how
He
he's
could
gonna
be
be,
fully padded, but he has a clipboard.
Nah,
and
he-
only
And
way
my
he needs
helmet.
it. Hey, where's my helmet, Wilder boy?
Let's
Yeah,
go.
I'll get his helmet on, go out there. Gotta do it myself.
God damn.
No, he's in good shape still. Like great
Oh,
shape.
I'm not surprised. No, well, he's lost weight.
That's even better.
Yeah,
Because he was like almost 300 pounds,
Exactly.
like his whole career pretty
exactly.
much. So like if he
Yeah.
lost weight, good.
He looks like a good 240, 260.
He could still get on the DN. He could still
Maybe
do it.
260 at the most.
That's cool. Like
Make
he
him
could still,
faster.
yeah, he could still get on that edge. That's fine. You know what I'm
He
saying?
used to move on the line completely. He wasn't just on the end.
That's what I'm saying.
He'll
They would
play
move him
D
all around.
tackle
Right.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he wouldn't be moving around like that when
Right.
he come back. He's just gonna be on the edge.
Right. Okay, that's fine with me. Like that's cool. Like because D'Amico already pretty much said, like I said.
Yeah, well, they played together whenever he got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows. He knows his boy. They're
Man,
both
the
on
Texans
defense
about to
together.
be the powerhouse, bro.
I know for years, young.
Man,
They looking like OKC.
I know.
Like them niggas young, bro.
I know.
And they're gonna be good for a while.
I know.
Yeah.
CJ
Speaking
Stroud.
of-
I like
know-
CJ Stroud.
I
know
know
we're
he's
talking
so
about,
poised.
I
It's
know.
his composure, bro.
Right.
Because he's got the talent and he's like older than he is. His maturity level is like he's already in his 30s.
And you know, when we drafted him, I didn't really like. It wasn't like how I felt when we got Deshaun Watson because I knew more about Deshaun Watson. But when we got CJ Stroud, I was like, he's not bad. I mean, he's not trash. Like, I don't know much about him, but I was kind of like neutral. I was like, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? He's not a bad quarterback. But I didn't know he was going to come out like this, bro. Like, out the gates.
No. I don't think anyone saw this coming.
Yeah, bro.
I don't think anyone saw this coming.
I was like, look, he could be good in like 3 or 4 years of tutelage, but this is out the gate. This nigga came out the gate.
Only people who saw this coming from CJ was like a relative or some diehard Buckeyes
Snoop Dogg.
or some shit.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, oh, well, because he had him Little League.
Snoop Dogg, when he was on Snoop Dogg's Little League team.
Yeah, exactly. He had him Little League. That's why.
Oh, yeah. He definitely seen him then.
So
he already,
stuff like that.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg see a lot of people off his Little League.
Yeah.
He has his own Little League?
Juju Smith-Schuster. What?
I don't even know like that.
His son played college.
His son played for
he
USC.
just did. Yeah, he just didn't get to pros.
Yeah.
But he played college like D1.
Snoop's had the Little League team for
that Little League
over 10 years.
Back when he had a show on MTV with his Little League.
Really?
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, back when he first started that shit. It was like 2012.
Oh,
back
wow.
in like 2012, he had an MTV show about his Little League team and shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players in the league.
Were they that good?
There's a lot of players in the league that give a shout out to Snoop for that Little League.
Right.
Because like even if they didn't play on his team, they played against his team. They're in the same league as his team.
Mm-hmm.
And he just helped put all them people on. Yep.
That's really
Yeah, Juju Smith-Schuster. There's a lot of them in the league that's from that. Oh, fuck. I can't think. There's a lot of skill players, mainly like skill players like wide receivers, corners, safeties, tight
I wouldn't be
ends.
surprised.
Yeah, mainly those skill player guys. Tight ends, wide receivers, DBs, safeties.
Mm-hmm.
It's some linebackers too. So, yep, there's a lot of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can easily Google that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man. So I guess we can talk about like Shannon Sharpe and Vlad.
Oh
TV.
yeah.
We
You
can
know,
just
we could go into that, and then this is we could talk about that. Then it's gonna lead up to my clip. My first clip is gonna be about the WNBA. Unless you want to do that first, and then
let's go. Okay, we could go to WNBA. We could do that.
All right,
we're on sports
Quincy,
anyway.
if you could pull up the WNBA one, the one where it's like
I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege.
You have that pressure.
Yeah, y'all knew what this was gonna be about. Part 2.
You women out there, y'all petty, man.
Over the past year, we started making more content on the WNBA, and while in the very beginning it was pretty negative, more recently it's been getting positive. People actually care about the WNBA now, and it's pretty freaking awesome. It's like a whole different angle of my channel that I
watched a
never
couple
thought I'd
games.
ever get into, but it's here. People
I watched
care
a couple
about the
games,
WNBA, and when it's at its peak, women's basketball is freaking awesome. And you don't have to be a genius to know why. It's Caitlin Clark. The woman is marketable. The woman's very talented at basketball, which is bizarre to me. So we have a lot to talk about in this video. Before we get to the content, check if you're subscribed. We are 80,000 subscribers away from 1 million subscribers. Let me know in the comment section down below what we should give away to celebrate 1 million subscribers. I want to do something special for you guys, but I'm a terrible
basketball
gift giver.
and football,
now that we
big
got
time
all that out of the way, cue
You
the
can see by his
intro.
jerseys in the back.
There's a Pat McAfee jersey in the back.
Yeah, Pat McAfee, Kobe, and Patrick Mahomes.
I wonder if Pat McAfee knows that.
I know, right? They're in the same stratosphere.
You know, you feel me?
You got to.
Flight Mike.
Yeah, he's a cool one.
Mic check 1 2
He
1
works
2.
out at the
What's
same
going
gym
on,
as Shannon
everybody?
Sharpe.
The WNBA has
Yeah,
had a
back in
long
Cali.
history of problems. The first problem was the fact that no one
Right.
cared about the WNBA, primarily because the product was relatively boring. As a result, WNBA players didn't get paid very much because their
That
games
must have
didn't
been
make
shot
a lot
clock.
of money. Their season was about 3 to 4 months long tops. It was considered a celebration whenever someone dunked in the middle of the game. The games were relatively slow
I know, right?
paced, and as a result, the
grinding.
NBA had to subsidize this league in order to keep it going.
They're
Hoping
showing the
one
worst.
day the league's version of Michael Jordan will arrive. Someone that could be propped up as the person that gets people to be interested in the WNBA. And believe me, they've tried in the past. Earlier on, you would see players like Candace Parker, Sue Bird, and Diana Taurasi try to get people to be interested
I like
in
me
the
some Candace Parker,
WNBA.
too.
More recently, you saw players like Sabrina Ionescu hoping hoping to become the Steph Curry of the WNBA. And through it all, these young women had to deal with the fact that they weren't getting paid a lot of money and the fact that no one cared about their product. You guys remember when Shaq recommended lowering the rim to Candace Parker? Look at how annoyed she looked.
So in beach volleyball, the women's net is maybe half an inch lower. You think if we just lower the rim so you
I agree with Shaq on that.
Yeah, look,
give y'all more
I know. I remember this too.
No.
I mean, because listen, y'all are doing the step back.
That'd be cold, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I just want to see some ladies catching bodies.
I know,
Bro. I know.
Suggested this to a WNBA star.
And guess what? He wasn't the only one.
WNBA
Tracy too.
basketball. What can we do to get those fans to tune in? And I was like, why can't we lower the goal to at least 9.5 feet? Because I think for somebody that don't watch WNBA basketball, to have women dunking on other women would definitely bring more excitement to that game.
I agree.
And
And look, of course, the WNBA players, they
tune
feel
in and you
offended.
get more fans that way.
And this was, of course, also explained to Nneka Ogwumike, and she
It's like,
really took offense
because
to
Shaq
it.
and T-Mac made their careers catching bodies.
Yeah.
A little bit shorter.
I'm
They
very
would
glad
know.
you asked this
Look.
because this is probably one of the most offensive questions you can ask a WNBA player. We're constantly being compared to men. We have people
Woe is me.
excelling at attacking
But y'all
the rim,
want equal
and
pay.
now you want us to lower the rim so we can continue.
They covered that too.
Only
Hey,
to
Beast,
still
they
be
covered that too on this
criticized
clip.
to appease
Wait
people
for it.
who don't want to watch it for what it is.
But I think the one thing that drove me the craziest was the fact that Kelsey Plum decided
Boom.
to come out here and say, you know what, guys? We deserve more money. Yeah, it's kind of messed up that I don't get a percentage of my jersey sales despite the NBA taking a
You
net
can't make
loss
this
on
shit
us
up.
each and every year just to keep us in business. The fact that the WNBA has been around
what if that shit
throughout
was
all
lower,
these
bro?
years
She was just
is
bodying that
literally
girl,
like the
bro.
NBA
Exactly.
donating to charity. That's the most simplistic way to
I
look
can
at
see
it.
it,
But
like-
Kelsey Plum went out and said this.
In the NBA, they have percentages of revenue shared for the players, right? So jersey sales, obviously their TV contracts. You see these every year, these contracts get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's one of those things that we are not asking to get paid what the men get paid. We're asking to get paid the same percentage of revenue shared.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Got it. So
That's
that's, a
per
huge
capita.
misconception.
That's a huge misconception.
For sure.
It don't work like that.
Was
That's
like,
standard
this person gets paid
deviation.
this person gets paid that, right?
So I want to be really clear about that. Like, I don't think I should get paid the same as LeBron.
Right.
But the percentage of revenue, like, for example, they sell my jersey in Mandalay Bay, I don't get a dime.
You don't get any money from jersey sales?
That's crazy.
No way.
So
what?
that's why it's like,
You
know,
know,
like
we
this.
should feel sorry.
Okay,
for
yeah.
her.
Now there's
But
one
there's a
solution
reason-
to solve this problem. You need to have a
There's a
star
reason for that,
people
though.
care about.
Exactly.
A person that
It's not
is
rocket
pretty much
science.
the Michael
It's
Jordan
revenue.
of the
It's like,
bro,
WNBA.
should
That'll
we feel
get
sorry?
people in seats. That'll cause the WNBA
Look
to
at
make
the
more
seats.
revenue.
Look at
And that
the
person
audience.
was none other
And
than
this
Caitlin
old ass
Clark.
shit.
She was
And then look at
vast,
the
she was
WNBA
electric,
audience.
She could shoot the lights
Look at
out.
it,
The
scares.
woman could just flat out ball. But she also
Look, that's
talked trash and had this
that's
really awesome beef with
NCAA
Angel
tournament.
Reese, and that's what catapulted both of them into fame. And it was pretty awesome, especially considering the fact that Caitlin Clark lost the first
But
time
she
that
was
these two
9
met, and
inches,
she would
bro.
end
Like,
up
she'll
getting
be like
revenge this
motherfucking
past
Oh,
year
yeah,
before
it's
getting
like
drafted to the
that could be a
Indiana
body.
Fever. But even when she got drafted to the Indiana Fever, there was controversy that followed. Caitlin Clark wasn't getting paid very much money. Hell, even Joe Biden hated it.
You know
you're in
she
some
shoot you, though. She got
whatever
money.
the
I know,
president
that's
of the
why they're
United
about to bring it
States
up.
comments on your
They're
salary.
about to bring
He
it up.
said, right
You
now
already
we're
on it.
seeing that even if you're the best, women are not being paid their fair share.
Screw that
This is
guy.
despite
Yeah,
her
screw
aggressive
that guy.
product
Screw that
for
guy
the
up.
WNBA draft, which has never been done before. The fact that she was working on a $76,000 salary
Yeah.
something that relaunched the
I love that
conversation
shit.
She
about
had
the
her
pay
skating and
disparity
then the step
between
back.
WNBA players and their male counterparts
watched
in the
that,
NBA.
bro.
I know,
At the end of
me
the day,
too.
one league is
Me too,
profitable,
bro.
one league isn't, but
The
there's
other
a light
day
at
she
the end
had
of the
20
tunnel, and
the
that's
thing
something to
is,
be excited for.
Indiana,
Plus,
they still
Caitlin
winless.
Clark also got
Facts,
this
though.
incredible
They're
shoe
five,
deal with
right?
Nike,
Yeah,
which is
they're
getting
only
paid
five.
$20 million.
She
and
dropped
their ad for her was
21 one
awesome.
game, 20
so she's
another
definitely
game.
leveraging this spotlight to get herself a bag, but also she's hooking up the entire WNBA. But the way that she's doing it
But one
kind
game
of
she had,
drives
like,
me crazy.
8
You'll see Jamil Hill
11
complain
turnovers.
about the fact that
Yeah,
Asia
yeah,
Wilson,
she was-
who's a two-time league MVP,
Yeah, she was
two-time
getting ripped.
WNBA
She was
champion,
getting-
a two-time
losing the
defensive
ball.
player of the year, the finals MVP,
Making
a
bad
five-time
passes.
WNBA All-Star, and a best-selling author not get a shoe deal, but Caitlin Clark did. Someone also pointed out the fact
they
that
talk about
Caitlin
that too,
Clark
that current
Sabrina
best
Ionescu
WNBA
and
player
Brianna
doesn't have a
Stewart
deal.
all have signature
And
shoes.
all them white
And
girls
immediately
have
after
shoes.
complaining, Asia Wilson got a
Bringing in a lot of
huge
people.
deal with Gatorade. So it's
She's
not
the
like
best player in
Caitlin
the
Clark is
league.
only hooking herself
AJ
up. She's
Wilson.
hooking up her peers. I'm sure you guys have seen this. It seemed like the moment Caitlin Clark was ready to play games for the Indiana Fever, all of a sudden WNBA players were taking chartered flights. And I'll tell you why
this
pisses
is
me off
one
so
thing
much.
I found
because
out from this clip.
originally
Watch
you had
this.
Kelsey Plum
Watch this.
complaining about the amount of money she was making and the
This
fact that
is
she wanted a
crazy.
bigger cut. You had the entire world complaining about how women weren't getting paid their fair share and how Caitlin Clark was only getting paid $76,000. But the thing is, if you just decide not to take chartered flights to your games, you could pay all of these players almost double their salaries. It's actually insane that this is a thing. No, literally, like every WNBA team will start using charter flights to travel to games by May 21st. The league made the
Look how much
announcement
it costs.
Thursday, following through on plans to
Hear how
commit
much it
$50
costs.
million over the next 2 years to provide full-time charter flight service for its teams during the season. You have
$25
to
million a
admit,
year.
this is kind of ridiculous. But at the very minimum, we
Considering
can at least
the
make an
league
argument
is
that, hey,
struggling.
at least the women are more comfortable, and that's great, even though it doesn't really make a lot of sense here. To give you an idea, the entire WNBA salary is $18 million a year. So the fact that $25 million is being used to charter flights, to me, it's not something that I'm willing to move on
dumb.
from so easily, but I'll do my
It's
best
just
now.
dumb.
At least you could make
Bad
an argument
business,
that
dog.
Caitlin Clark's
Stupid. They
presence
just
is
got
making
swindled.
WNBA players more comfortable.
Yeah,
So
no, she
they
was
would
fucked
have a
up,
lot
bro.
of gratitude towards her, right? I mean,
Thank you, Caitlin Clark, for making people give a shit about our league that no one cared about before, right?
well, here's how she's being treated in games. It seems like players are literally
Flight
trying
Mike
to
died.
end her career prematurely. And that's not the only instance of it. You would think
Yeah.
women would
Yeah,
be
they be in
celebrating the
there.
fact
That's-
that
like I
Caitlin
was
Clark
saying.
is successful, that she's
They be
going into
going
a
out there.
sport that was considered to be a man's sport, a sport that NBA
I watched
legends
that
were
Seattle game,
recommending
too.
lowered the rim
'Cause
so
they have
women
a-
couldn't
the
dunk
UConn
finally.
girl.
And she's starting to dominate in it.
Seattle
She's
has that
making it
UConn girl you
entertaining
was
for the
talking about? Yeah.
masses. So women
So,
should be
I watched that
celebrating
because
this,
of that
right?
game,
Well,
because they're
that's not
both
what this one person has to
two of
say.
the better
I
players.
do think that there
Yeah, of
is
course,
a
The
thing
View.
called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege. Part of it is
like I
about
never heard
race.
that one.
Caitlin Clark is
Tall
bringing
privilege.
this money.
All privilege.
These
That's a reach.
sponsorships
That's what you know
will
you're dealing
into the
with.
league, and other players will benefit
scheming,
from it.
manipulative
but I do think that
platform
she
like
is
The
more
View.
relatable to more people.
Always talking shit
because
about
she's
man.
white.
So
Always
let me
talking
get this
shit about-
straight. Not only are you ungrateful
always
for
playing
the
the
fact
race
that
card,
Caitlin
like,
Clark
in
is
a-
making
in a
people care about
bad,
the WNBA, but
bad
you're
fake
attempting
way.
to discredit her
Not even
achievements, and you're
genuine, bro.
criticizing
It
her for
just takes
being
away
white
from
and straight,
actual
which, with
racial
all
shit
due
that be going on.
respect, I don't mean to bring race into this, but Sonny Hostin did. Since when has being white ever been an advantage in basketball?
Apparently
I mean, the
that Sonny
WNBA
Hostin
is
bitch,
70%
she's a lawyer or
black
something?
for
She
crying
an
out
attorney?
loud. And the craziest part
that's
of
why she
all
gets
is the
credit.
Indiana Fever
Look,
are
they got
struggling
R5.
throughout this year so far, and
Look,
as they should.
you
They have
call
the
it.
number one overall pick in this past
You've been
year's
watching the WNBA
draft.
too,
But
man.
Jamil Hill
I've
is
seen
also
some things,
shitting on
seen some
Caitlin
things.
Clark, and it makes no sense to me. We would all be very naive if we didn't say race and her sexuality played a role in her popularity. While so many people
yeah,
are
she's
happy
straight.
for
She has
Caitlyn's
a boyfriend.
success, including the
She's
players,
straight white
this has
girl
had
that has a
such an
boyfriend.
enormous impact on the game. Yeah,
It's the
Caitlyn, why
WNBA.
aren't you
They're
black
all
and like
minorities
making
and
out with
lesbians,
women,
you
huh?
know?
Why do you have to be straight,
You gotta be more
white,
butchy.
and good at basketball? Oh, the horror. That's the reason why people
Hey.
care about the WNBA now. I just really hate when people pull out these
politics.
cards. I just wish we could sit
Remember she
back
pulled
and
that up? Well,
appreciate
she
talent
swung
when we
the
see
shit
it.
out of
Do we
that
ever
shot.
say, hey,
Clap.
Victor
Oh my
Wembanyama
God,
is
she-
black, that's why he's being drafted number one overall? Do we ever say
Exactly,
the reason why
that's
LeBron James is so successful is because he's straight? I just wish people could sit
funny.
back and realize the achievement that Caitlin Clark has done. And she's not having a good time doing it, by the way. I mean, her team is still winless, and Caitlin Clark even acknowledges that she has the most pressure out of any WNBA rookie ever.
She thinks you've faced more pressure than any WNBA rookie ever. I was wondering, A, if you can speak to that pressure at all, and B, if you've had any conversations with Sue at all, and what those have been like. If
Yeah,
so.
I think there's definitely pressure, but I mean, I don't think it's any different than the stuff I faced in college. And then coming in here, like obviously I know there's going to be pressure. And I mean, our goal every single night we come into these games, we come in expecting to win. So, you know, you have that pressure, you have the pressure of performing, you have the pressure of everybody in the outside world watching you. But I think it's something you embrace, and you know, maybe it's a little different and new for the other girls in this organization or the coaches in this organization, but I think everybody's done a really good job of just accepting that's what it is.
So far, it seems like Angel Reese is having a much nicer career than Caitlin Clark, and she's definitely continuing this rivalry into the WNBA, where she tweeted, "And that's on getting a win in a packed area, not just because of one player on our charter flight, hashtag Skytown." And I honestly think this part's hilarious. Angel Reese also posted this onto her story, "Just praying that this is one of the last commercial flights the Chicago Sky has to fly. Like Breezy said, practicing gratitude and patience as the league introduces charter flights for all teams." The inefficiency of the investment of money is just driving me a little nuts here, but hell, fine. If you're happy to cut your paycheck in half for these charter flights, then more power to you. Even LeBron James has something to say about the amount of hate Caitlin Clark is receiving.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said. Just go have fun, enjoy, but I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. I hope she kills. I hope Aaliyah Boston does amazing. I hope they do great. I'm just kind of in this mode right now because I'm getting the same, thing from watching my son, who's a 19-year-old, kind of getting a lot of animosity and hatred towards him when he's just a kid trying to live out his dream. There's a very small number of men and women that actually get to live out their dream of playing a professional sport. And we have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen. That is the weirdest thing in the world, but it is what it is. And I'm glad that Caitlin has a great head on her shoulder.
And NBA legend Charles Barkley, thank goodness, was the voice of reason here.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world. Oh, you are. Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass.
Yeah, just single them out, please. Don't say don't. There ain't no we in that.
Petty like dudes.
That's why when I first heard that,
Give her flowers. Stop being petty, all you women out there. She got y'all ass charters. She bringing all y'all this money to the table, but y'all being petty like dudes. LeBron, you are 100% right. Y'all girls, stop being petty. Caitlin Clark, thank you for bringing all that money and shine to the WNBA.
Well, they're going to hate you. But, of course, upon hearing this, former WNBA players and current WNBA players called out Charles Barkley. Dearica Marie Hamby said, "Seriously, what the f*** are you talking about?" John Quell Jones said, "Interested to know who are all the women that are hating on Caitlin Clark. I'm seeing a lot of coverage about it, but I don't see the hate. I'm also not a big comment reader, so I might have missed it." And shout out to Chinea Glumacay because she actually answered one of my big questions here. Here's why the WNBA is starting to charter flights, and she also claps back at Charles Barkley. The first tweet is, "There are two key incidents where Caitlin Clark was criticized. Sherelle Swoops was wrong on major facts, and she apologized to her privately. Diana Taurasi pointed out that all rookies struggle in the W, and no one is immune. It wasn't hate. It was Diana being Diana. If you know,
that's
you
true
know."
though.
Also, charter flights were actually first deployed last
year
year during the women's postseason because one,
she's a
safety
rookie.
and increasing
It's
number of star players, and two, revenue trends are starting to support it. W has quickly gone from $60 million in 2019 to over $200 million in 2023 on a $1 billion valuation. At the end of the day, the drama surrounding Caitlin Clark's rise is so entertaining to watch, but I personally don't understand why people would hate the fact that this woman is bringing a spotlight to a league that people didn't really care about before, and now it's starting to explode as a result of it, and you're seeing creators cover it more and people are more interested, and it's a lot of fun. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Do you think Caitlin Clark's popularity is because she's straight and is white? Let me know in the comment section down below.
I think the whiteness
Thank you, Quincy.
I think the whiteness is a part of it, definitely.
Oh, for
100%. 100%. That's part of it. But the other part is also because
say all be all.
Yeah, it's not to say all be all, but it does play a part though.
Oh, it has to.
And on top of that, the fact that she's white pulling up like Steph Curry, like you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah, those two together.
Hey, let me address the elephant in the room. Like Steph Curry isn't half. I know.
Is his mom white?
Yeah.
Oh well, he's still black though.
He's still a nigga, man.
Yeah, he's still black. I think he would call himself black too.
Yeah.
I think he
I'm
would
pretty
say
sure
he's
he
black
would.
too. Yeah, yeah. You know, he's got a black wife. You know what I mean? So black wife, he's black. So
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's just light skinned, bro. That's what a light skinned nigga is, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, his
I think a half breed.
Which is black.
He is still black though.
It's black, bro.
I think we talked about this shit
is
on a previous
we
episode.
did. This is the test. Tell Steph Curry to go commit a crime or steal something, and then walk on the sidewalk and let the cops pull him over.
Yeah.
What you think they're gonna say?
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna tell his ass, hey, you got the right.
It's the
you got
same,
the right to remain
it's the
silent.
same answer. It's the same answer that Drake would get, that J. Cole would get, that Zach LaVine would get,
Right.
and all the other ones.
Right. Exactly. So
I give you that. I give you that.
But no, like what we think, Mr. What was his name? Mike, the guy that was just on the
Oh yeah, Flight Mike.
Flight Mike. What we think about? Okay, I think it's a combination of race and skills. That's what I think.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Race and skills. Yes.
I can't disagree.
As far
with
as
that.
the other women hating, look, she's a rookie. She's a rookie. She, like LeBron said. LeBron said it. Like he went through that same tunnel, that same journey of he was the chosen one before he even got drafted. He had a target on his back. Even though he balled out still, but you know, because he's 6'8",
But
240.
There was still a good amount of players that was like hating.
Of course,
on the rip.
because he had all that hype. It's all the hype train that he was on before he got to the league.
That's a great comparison.
You know what I'm saying?
I never even until this very moment have I even put the two.
And Caitlin Clark had a major hype train coming into the WNBA. So naturally, you're going to get targeted when you drive to the hole.
I can say it's a little different because she literally their team is 0-5 compared to LeBron.
Their team's
She's
trash.
giving them,
Their team sucks.
Well, it's not so bad because it's early in the season. Well, their seasons aren't as long. The reason why is because LeBron's first year on the Cavs, they didn't go to playoffs.
No, they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, it was Melo's Nuggets that made the playoffs. And then I remember this specifically, my photographic memory as. I remember because LeBron showed up to Melo's playoff game, and they're interviewing LeBron, and he was like, man, yeah, I know I won Rookie of the Year. Yeah, I know this and that, but I'd rather be in the playoffs right now than all the other shit. Because he was there to watch his boy Melo still in the playoffs as a rookie play.
Yeah, Melo got drafted to a better team, too.
While Cavs was not there.
Yeah, Melo was in a better
he was
situation.
drafted by, exactly, with George Cole and all them.
Yeah, but did he have Chauncey?
No, Chauncey wasn't there. He was still on the
AI.
Pistons.
That was after AI.
Yeah, it was after. Yeah. It was after AI.
Oh, he had Andre Miller.
Yeah, he had Andre Miller. He had Kenyon Martin.
He had Kenyon Martin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He had Mutombo too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
for a split second, for a quick minute.
Fucking old heads.
I know, right?
And we just talking ball. This is NBA history.
Yeah, hey man,
this is
football, basketball, MMA, boxing, even soccer to degrees.
Right, to a certain degree, yeah.
Yeah, I could go back. I could go to like late 90s, early 2000s, and all those sports I named. I could go that far back and just like photographic memory shit.
Nah, but Caitlin Clark though, like she's gonna have that target. That's what comes with it, and she's a rookie. You're gonna get this is like her version of rookie. You're being hated. You're having welcome to the WNBA moment. It's a one big moment. It's gonna span over maybe the whole season. This whole season, you're welcome to the WNBA moment. Your moment's the season. Some rookies they have a moment and it's done. Your moment's gonna last the whole season. When you go to the hole, when you drive to the rack, you're gonna get that foul that's a little extra harder. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna do. You see,
but like you know how like there's that younger player, like even if it's not just a rookie, but there's that younger player, and then there's that older player that's gonna be always hating on that younger player.
Of course,
because like that's how I would say Vlad is with Shannon Sharpe.
Yes,
you see that?
Yeah, I like. You just transition that shit right in.
Because like Shannon Sharpe is that nigga coming up now. As,
he is.
Like interviewer. I don't know if I say podcast interviewer because I guess it's a podcast, but it's more like
it's like a interview show.
Yeah, it's
it's
an interview platform.
His
where he
main
just interviews people.
his foundation.
It's not like he has panels of
right.
people.
His foundation is he sits in front of someone and interviews them.
Yeah, he's grown to be a great interviewer.
Yeah.
And when you go back to like the early days of like social media interviewers, who's up there? Vlad. So what do people? So of course, go figure. My Cuzzo Gianni was bringing up the light that Vlad's been throwing shade at how much money Shannon Sharpe is
Pocket
really making.
watching.
Yeah, but he's been trying to throw this shade about, oh, Shannon's not making this much money by this interview or that interview, and just like feeling a type of way by what the numbers would say from what he's really making. It's like, why is that? Why does any of that even matter to you?
Because he might be envious, man. Like,
yeah,
definitely.
And if you look at the level of the people that Shannon's been blowing up off of the interviews are the same type of people that Vlad would have been interviewing in the past.
Right.
So it's like he's taking his spotlight.
And it's like, so Shannon, so apparently, Shannon, there's claims that, I don't know if Shannon made the claims himself, but there's claims that he made like millions of dollars, like over $1 million off of that one interview, right? And Vlad is basically saying, no. Like, it's only like $500K, only, like maybe less than that. Like that,
Williams one.
On the Cat Williams interview, he's like, maybe
and
less
that's
than
like
that.
the most viral.
Yeah, he probably did make some good money off of that, though.
Over $1 million, for sure.
Yeah, over
I think
$1 million.
so.
Off of that one interview.
Because
alone.
everybody's CPM is different on YouTube. Like the split, the CPM split, what the CPM split basically is how much YouTube gives you and how much they keep. Right, the percentage. And
It's
I think
30%.
I think his platform, since it's so big and it brings in a lot of sponsors, a lot of advertisement for dollars for YouTube,
it makes the
his
percentage
CPM is
lower.
probably higher, meaning he's probably going to pocket more than what YouTube
It makes the
takes.
percentage of the
Right?
cuts dwindle with more sponsors and ads and stuff.
Right.
But then the notoriety as well.
Right.
So like the combination of that, where YouTube naturally takes 30%, if within that 30%, 5% towards that ad, 10% towards that sponsor, and all that just gets delegated, then it's really not taking as much from their pocket, that individual content creator or interviewer's pocket, but taking pockets out of the third parties.
Right.
So it just so they're still pocketing that much more.
Yeah.
The person who is the distributor or the interviewer.
Yeah, so like Shannon Sharpe, or not Shannon Sharpe, Vlad TV, not Vlad TV, Vlad. Let's get it down to the singular, all right? Vlad was getting interviewed by Marcellus Wiley, because Marcellus Wiley has his own podcast, and Marcellus Wiley was just like, basically kind of like, look, just give us a number, man. Like, you're talking about the CPM split and all that, and how much someone gets paid off an interview or whatever. Tell us what the split is. Like, tell us, what's your split? And then Vlad was ducking that. He wasn't giving a straight answer on that. He was like, well, he kind of danced around it. And he was like, Marcellus Wiley was like, come on, bro, just give us a number of what your splits are, so we can kind of compare and contrast between your split from how many views you get compared to Shannon Sharpe. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, it's not 500. He didn't get $1 million. It's probably like 500K, maybe less. And it's like, okay, so now he's asking you a direct question,
And then you just
now
credit him
you
in a
deflected back
response.
to Shannon Sharpe. It's like, bro. And then Marcellus Wiley, I wish we had the clip, because Marcellus Wiley basically brought up a good point. Basically, and I might be paraphrasing, but he said basically everybody's split from YouTube is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends on the platform, blah, 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 and
the irony is that like Vlad and Shannon Sharpe are around the same age.
I know. Right?
And he's trying to like little bro, big bro him.
But my thing is like with Vlad, it's like, bro, like, why are you okay? How would you feel if someone was pocket watching you? You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's always pocket watching. Like, he's always pocket, and he does it not just with Shannon Sharpe, but with like a lot of different people.
Yeah, that was in a similar platform.
It's like, how much money you make? Let's get to your numbers. Let's do some investigation on your wallet.
It's a similar platform. He sees him as a threat.
Like, bro, like,
he sees him as a threat because he came from the bottom with UGK and Boosie when he was interviewing them.
Yeah.
And with the DVDs and like the little Smack DVD type of joints,
right?
Vlad TVs. And yeah, he started from the bottom and he was just scrapping and getting around.
Yeah,
and then he sees all these other people.
Real
And
hustler.
like, you have to understand, like, Shannon Sharpe is NFL Hall of Famer. Like, he didn't have to come up
Right.
like how he came up. So you should feel a type of way that he's blowing up. Unlike you blew
He shouldn't.
up.
He should embrace it. He should be like, you know what?
No, understand where he came from just to get to that point in the football world. To like use that as your new metric towards his more media world.
But see, the way
Look at it that way.
the way Vlad moves is like, look, if you don't come on my platform and I interview
Yeah.
you, then I'm not going on yours.
And that's what
that-
Adam 22 did. Like
Yeah.
that's why him and Vlad don't have no beef, because he was on Vlad's shit. Even though he had his own platform, he'll still interview with Vlad
Right.
about his shit.
Right. But see, Vlad is like, you have to get on my shit first.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, bro, but why though? Like, why don't
Yeah.
you just go? Why can't it be the other way around? Why can't you go show some love to him and then maybe he might return the favor, like, or he will return the favor?
Because
why
like,
can't you be more proactive?
that point you just made makes a great example of why like people be like, why don't no jumper? Why don't Adam and Vlad ever beef? Because like he did that with Adam, and Adam went the route towards, okay, I'm gonna use your platform, you know, even though I got my own.
Between the two of them, though, who went first?
That's what I want to know.
Vlad went first.
I think it was Adam, though.
Vlad went first
I would
because
say
like he
Adam.
he was in the game longer, but as far as who blew up faster,
No, I'm saying like who went to whose platform to be interviewed by the other person first? Like, did Adam go to Vlad first and get interviewed, or did Vlad go to Adam
I'm
first?
thinking Adam went to Vlad first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Adam
saying.
went to Vlad first.
Right.
That's why, and that was my point. Is that the reason why they don't beef is because Adam went to Vlad first.
Right.
And that's why they don't beef, even though they have their own different type of platforms of clout.
Right.
And they're not. They don't have it like he did. No one took each other's following towards their other platform. But then like you'll see the other as competition. You'll think they would be competition, but there's no competition there. It's
Right.
mutual, and it's because Adam already knew. Not my presumption. My conspiracy is that
Right.
Adam already knew to go through Vlad.
Right.
No matter what I got going on, let me just pay this dude homage and support and be on his shit first before I start blowing up, so that by the time I start blowing up, then you can see where I came from.
See, I just don't like the fact that he feels like people got to come to him first.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I
There's
know.
something that rubs
I
me the
agree.
wrong way.
I
Like, why
agree
can't you go show?
100%.
Why can't you just
And
go
that's why
show
we're
love,
having this
bro?
conversation.
Like,
That's why, and that's
You
it
want
comes
all
in
the
full
views.
circle. It comes in full circle with this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the reason why he's throwing this shade at Shannon is that he thinks that Shannon should have went through him
and you know what's interesting is that
because of the type of people Shannon interviews.
And you know what's interesting is that he said on the Marcellus Wiley interview that he actually was supposed to do an interview with
Exactly.
Shannon, and it never went through.
And that
So-
interview with Shannon
Yeah.
would have been the interview that would have gave Shannon the green light that Vlad wouldn't be on his head right now for. If they would
I see what
ever
you're
followed
saying,
up
yeah.
with that interview,
Yeah.
then
Vlad would have been like,
this
okay,
Shannon now,
you made me money first, so now
he
let me
would
go
be
show
an
love.
advocate.
Right.
He'll be on the opposite end. He'll be like pro.
He changed his
Shannon.
tune. He'd be like, you know what? I love the fact that people can expand their careers,
Exactly.
expand themselves with doing He would have that
Excuse
kind
me.
of energy
You-
and that
you
kind of
already
talk
get what I was
with
getting at.
Shannon. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be pocket watching.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And the
See,
reason
and
why
that shit, that's so
snaky.
that's so
snaky,
whack,
bro. Snaky,
Oh
bro.
my God.
I know that's a cold part of the industry that we have to realize.
I mean, I
Oh,
realize
man.
it, but it's like I don't like it with Vlad specifically. The fact that he preaches that he's a hip hop that, like he's like most of his views and most of his money comes off the backs of black people. Let's be real. That's the majority of the people he interviews, and he comes off like he's like somewhat. I'm not gonna say fully, but somewhat of a spokesperson for hip hop, which is black culture, right?
Yeah.
But then you'll turn around and not want to be more forthcoming and more proactive to show love to that culture first. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my issue
It's
with
more
Vlad.
of it-
Like it's like, bro, I'm
It's more
not
based
beefing
off
with
of
him.
his convenience.
I'm coming off like I'm beefing with Vlad. I don't even know the guy. I'm just saying the way he moves, because I've watched interviews with him. I've watched his platform. I see the way he speaks to people sometimes, and like and how he talks and his perspective.
I'm gonna
on
call
things.
it like it is, man.
Like, bro,
I understand. I respect your perspective because, like, it's no personal vendetta.
it's not personal.
But, like,
it's just the way he moves. It just And
my thing is this. This is my point because I don't know that nigga. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
There's a lack of consistency.
And
if you ain't consistent,
right,
we're supposed to be men of our words. You know, men of valor. And if we're not consistent in the way we move, our actions, everything, then I ain't rocking with it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, even after I just heard about this Shannon shit today with you.
Yeah.
And I already was
and
like,
I heard it from Self Talk. Shout out to
Shout out to Self Talk. We used them on previous
I'm hearing
clips.
this from Wisdom Talk.
Yeah, you hear this from Wisdom Talk.
Hey, let me hit that third camera. Wisdom Talk podcast. You already know. Wisdom Talk. But yeah, nonetheless though, it's like, man, I can't rock with people that aren't like consistent. Even if I don't agree with them, as long as they stay consistent in their views.
Right.
Then I'm like, okay, I can respect you, even though I don't agree with you.
I don't agree with right.
I can respect you because you keep that same energy at all times.
Yep.
But when you all wishy-washy, then I'm like, man, even though I like your shit, that wishy-washy shit, I don't fuck with that shit.
And you know, it's like rooted in like ego and narcissism.
Yeah.
And I remember Ari Spears one time was getting interviewed by Vlad, and he asked Vlad a question. He was like, "Let me ask you something, man," because he's cool with Vlad.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
He's like, "Let me ask you something, man.
He's one of the main people I watched on that shit.
Yeah,
Vlad.
Yeah.
So.
He was like, "Let me ask you something, man. Do you feel like you're a narcissist?" And then Vlad, without hesitation, Vlad goes, "Oh yeah, absolutely."
That's
He's like, and then Aris is like, "You know what? Okay, fine. At least you answered it. You answered it. Yeah, truthful. You're on. You're being honest." He was like, and then Vlad continued. He was like, "Yeah, you know, like a lot of people in my personal life tell me that all the time. Like they feel like I'm a narcissist, and like, yeah, you know, my people I know personally, and you know, in the industry,
wild.
so they tell me I'm narcissistic."
Cuzzo, you want to know one person that I openly exposed in the last year, and then like because like, I never used to just throw the word narcissist around because it's such a strong word, and most people, and it's such a small percentage of people who are actually narcissists. But you want to know one person that I told was a narcissist in the last year or so? Cyril.
Why? Why?
You know my brother.
Yeah, I do.
Hey, you telling me my brother doesn't resemble narcissistic traits?
What does he do?
You know what? Okay, look, to be fair, Cyril,
I
don't know if you're going to watch this or not.
Enough, like, he's met my brother.
Yeah.
Like, legend, all that. Like,
you
my
met
homies.
him? You met him?
He's met my brother, but
okay.
he hasn't really just got to be around my brother like that.
Okay.
Man, that nigga's so full of himself, bro.
But I mean, he's a Leo. They're all Leos are full of ego.
He's a Capricorn.
He's a Capricorn?
Yeah, he's a
I thought he was a Leo. I'm tripping.
Yeah, no, he's a Capricorn.
Never mind. Capricorns ain't supposed to be narcissistic. What the F?
I know, but that nigga, he be...
WTF.
That nigga, Cyril thinks he could beat Floyd Mayweather in a street fight.
Man, well, I mean...
Because he's bigger than him.
I mean, well, street fight, there's no rules.
Yeah, but it's like, but it's a all Floyd knows where to hit a nigga.
It's a street fight.
He's gonna like Cyril thinks he's just gonna grab him and control him.
That's what I'm thinking.
But like you have to get within arm's reach.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. In a street fight, you can use weapons.
Yeah, no.
So
that's
it's like
I told Cyril that
like,
I play all the scenarios because I play all the scenarios with him. I'm like, yeah, if you like, but Cyril's not that type of person that's gonna go there. Like, especially as prideful as he is, he's not gonna want to use a weapon on a smaller guy. He thinks that he could beat that smaller guy in a street fight.
Though.
No, not my brother. That's how bad it is. My brother sees him. No, my brother sees. Okay, I'm a trained boxer myself, even though it's amateur, it's like Golden Gloves and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm a heavyweight trained boxer myself. So I don't care how professional that smaller nigga is. I'm bigger than that nigga. I'm gonna dominate that smaller nigga.
Okay, so check this out.
That's the way he's thinking. But then I'm like, that's Floyd Mayweather. You're a fucking amateur Golden Gloves.
Right.
That's Floyd Mayweather who never lost a professional fight.
Right. So
you're not winning.
And what he has.
Well, no, you can go ahead.
Well, he also has to understand that Floyd Mayweather had a boxing match with Logan Paul. Logan Paul's like 6'5", 6'6". You know what I'm saying? He's not small.
He's like not 6'5", but I get your point. He's not short.
He's not short.
He's like 6'3".
And he's about like over 200. He's like 200, 220. 220.
With the juice, with the sauce.
Right. He's sauced up.
He wrestles.
Yeah.
So, them niggas
sandwiches.
be on that shit.
Right. Trenbolone sandwiches, TRT. You know, the Sazul.
Like my brother also thinks there's a UFC fighter, like former UFC, but MMA. His name is Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah.
So he fights flyweight, but he's MMA. He already won. He was like the greatest 125 weight class, greatest in the UFC. He ended up getting traded in the UFC. Went to ONE FC, the China promotion. Got the belt there. My brother says he will fuck that nigga up because he's smarter than him in a street fight. And I'm like, this isn't just boxing. This is MMA.
See, that's all.
This is MMA.
I was gonna defend him before. But
this is MMA.
This one, as soon as that nigga grabs him and literally puts
that's
him
what I'm
down
saying.
On the ground.
He's not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is MMA.
Because you got to learn how. You got to know how to wrestle, bro.
Yeah,
if to
do.
get out
No,
of
like,
that.
sure, my brother's
get
only got
tired
boxing.
fast,
Fast.
bro.
My brother only got
No.
boxing, bro. That nigga's gonna grab his
That
arm
nigga,
and
as
fucking
soon as
control.
he tries
He's
to
gonna
punch,
fucking punch
he's
that
gonna
shit.
get out his line of
And
sight
take him down.
and literally just like
Take him
go
down.
for him.
Yeah.
He's
He's
gonna
gonna take
his
him down.
break his shit like 4 plays.
You know who made
look
it?
like a noodle.
You know who made a good point about that? What you said about that just now? Terrence Crawford, the boxer, Bud.
Yeah.
He said, "Look, he said he was on Joe
Because
Rogan.
he wrestled in high school.
Yeah, so he was
Terrence
on Joe
Crawford.
Rogan. He was on
So
Joe
that's
Rogan.
why he could grapple a bit.
Yeah, he was on Joe Rogan, and he said, you know, I'm a boxer, but if you don't know how to wrestle, I don't care what you know. I don't care who you are. If you don't know how to wrestle and they take you to the ground, it's over with.
Yeah.
It's over with if you don't know how to wrestle. He said, bro.
Cyril, you heard that. Hear this right now. You hear this conversation.
Terrence Crawford,
at the end.
who's one of the best pound-for-pound boxers right now, one of them. He's one of the top. And he even said it. He was like, look, I don't care what you know, bro. If you're a boxer and you feel like you got hands and you're going up against a wrestler, if a wrestler grabs you and they take you to the ground, you done, bro. It's over with.
I'm not gonna lie. I was just playing UFC.
It's lights out, bro.
Like I was playing UFC the other day. Like I was like, man, I know I haven't played this whole in a while, but like I'm about to drop somebody. As soon as they went for the grapple and put me to the ground,
Bro, that's why I stopped. That's why I stopped playing. That's why I stopped playing UFC online. That's why I stopped playing UFC online because like I learned how to strike. I learned how to strike them on, and then like I went online. I was like, I'm about to start fucking niggas up. I got this striking shit down.
Right.
Yeah, I can strike a little bit online. I'm fucking a nigga up, and then that nigga starts grappling my ass. I'm just like,
I'm like, bro, I'm trying.
I'm getting taken down. He's putting me in all these different holes. I got survive, and then eventually he just locks me up, and I gotta tap out. I'm like, yeah.
That shit matters,
I beat him up for like 20 seconds, and then the rest of the fight was just me trying to survive submissions.
That shit's so
it's like
stupid,
there's
bro,
levels to this. If the video game's not gonna show you there's levels to this shit.
No, there's definitely levels. There's definitely
You can
levels.
go. You can go in a fight. You see a nigga with cauliflower, you call him a couple times.
Oh man, you see a nigga like that, just
catches you
know.
with a single leg. He catches you with a single leg.
Like, nigga, what the fuck?
Then you know you're twisted like a Pringle.
Facts. Facts though.
That's hilarious as fuck.
But
look, let me play this real quick.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to ask y'all some shit.
I'm a boxer, but I can wrestle. If a wrestler grabs you, I don't care what you know. I don't care who you is. It's over with if you don't know how to wrestle. Right. It's over with. Yeah. And then you can do.
That's on Joe Rogan?
And 9 times out of 10,
I heard
street
it.
fight, you're going to end up on the ground. Mm-hmm. Period. So if you don't knock him out before he grab you, or in the mix of him trying to grab you, it's over with.
It's over.
It's over with.
It's over, nigga. You think he going for an arm bar? Oh, that nigga switch over to a chokehold or something like that, boy. Go behind you or something like that. I'll be like, hey, you got it.
That nigga doing all these transitions and shit.
You got it.
He knows how to handle each situation you put him in.
Yeah,
He's just reversing all the shit. I'm like,
you know somebody's dangerous, like at UFC or like something like that, when they're taking their time on the transition. Like I'll be like, oh yeah. I'll be like, oh no. You know, oh, you going for this? Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go over here now.
No hesitation. They're just composed the whole time.
I'll be like, nah.
Right.
You know something. You definitely know something.
And that's true too. What about Cyril in a street fight? A street fight is gonna go to the ground. Like 9 times out of 10, someone's tackling somebody. it's going down.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hit
That
the
nigga
concrete,
think he's
bro.
gonna sleep niggas and shit. He think he's gonna get a one hitter quitter and sleep a nigga.
Nah.
Like, if the nigga's still conscious, he's gonna win.
Right.
If he's trained, all you gotta do
Right.
is be trained where you're not.
Especially that flyweight dude, the MMA guy.
Yeah,
Bro,
Demetrius Johnson.
If he gets you to the ground,
Mighty
it's a
Mouse.
wrap.
You're done.
You're
That's
done,
what I'm
bro.
saying. Like all Cyril has to do is not fully connect him, grab his arm and like
Right.
wrap his whole body around
That's
his
like, put him in
shit.
an arm bar.
Exactly,
You're done,
that's
bro.
what I mean.
You're
I'm
done.
like, I seen this nigga in Mighty Mouse, the nigga I'm talking about right now. This nigga literally grabbed the nigga in the UFC. He grabbed the nigga in the air
Yeah.
and put this nigga in the arm bar, like mid air. He just went
Bro.
to the. He went for the arm bar mid air
Golly.
and got the arm bar.
Jeez, bro.
Like that's them small niggas too. They're like spider monkeys. So
what I'm
they
saying.
can just fucking throw their bodies up in the air and
Bro.
shit. Next thing you know, you think the nigga, you're like twice as big as this nigga. This nigga's got your arm like you're a bitch.
And then look at this too. Look at Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
He went to MMA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he won a few matches,
At
but
first
he
he got
got
to
his
get
ass
destroyed
whooped.
first.
He
Yeah,
got
I was saying,
destroyed,
nah,
bro.
Yeah, he
I remember
didn't
him
go
from
in there
losing.
winning.
Yeah, no.
He didn't go in there winning. He got fucked up before he started winning.
And look how much of a beast he is physically.
Yeah.
But
Nigga
he
got
went to
that cobra
MMA.
neck.
Yeah, bro. The cobra neck, and he got to the cage and got rocked, bro.
Facts.
Yep.
Like, he
Quick,
took
fast, in a
L's.
hurry.
Dog, that's what I'm saying. These trained fighters, bro, if you come across the right one, it doesn't matter how swole you are, how fit
what I
and
be
jacked. It's
trying to
like,
say.
bro, nah, bro.
Yeah, my brother was like, the only people I see just beating me straight up is Francis Ngannou and John Jones.
Right,
And
right.
he was like, but I'll still, I'm not going to make it easy for him. Like,
Man, what?
Man, they're just gonna
We
wait
ain't
for
gotta
you
make
till
it
I get
easy
the
for 'em.
opening, and they're just gonna smack, and you just
Right.
gonna drop, bro.
you'll be lucky if it's not flawless victory.
I know.
Like Mortal Kombat.
Bro.
So
That
shit.
shit.
Francis Ngannou, he can wrestle too.
Yeah,
And
he
he's strong.
proved it. His
Oh
last
my God.
UFC fight.
I know.
Because he was against Cyril Gahn, who was a better striker than him.
Right,
And what
right.
he do with a bad ACL, take that nigga down.
Take him down.
With a bad ACL.
Right.
Smart.
And he should beat Tyson Fury in the boxing match.
Right.
He had the only knockdown. No, Anthony Joshua kind of fucked that nigga up though.
I know he did.
But that
He
nigga got
kinda
30
did,
million
I ain't
off
gonna
of 2 boxing matches.
lie. Yeah, he
bro.
did. He
Shit.
did. I know.
I'll lose 2 boxing matches and get knocked out one of them for 30 million. And for
He should have won the
everybody.
first one though.
good.
He should have won.
He
against
should.
Tyson
He got
Fury.
robbed the first one.
He did. He beat
got his
Tyson,
ass
bro.
beat the second one, but he got 30 million from both of them combined.
Yeah, he did.
I
He did.
would take that same feat right now. Y'all we could be talking about it on the podcast later. Yeah, man, you remember when I got my ass whooped that second fight, but I still got 10 million off that.
I got paid though.
Yeah, I still got 10 million off that. Hey, wherever CTE I got, nigga, that shit, that brain damage is covered by that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then some. Like I was Asian, them some. My bad.
All right, look. I got a question for before we.
Yes.
Yeah,
end
go
this
ahead,
whole
Beast.
out.
Yes.
Go
It's
ahead,
a quick
Beast.
little thing I seen. I made this whole up because I seen some shit online. Literally, like, who y'all think will win, the Star Wars verse or the Harry Potter verse?
Damn,
Oh,
that's tough.
Yeah,
dang.
you got Harry Potter. You know, you got their magic, and you
That's
got,
why I'm
you got
thinking
Star
about Harry
Wars with
Potter
the
because
Force.
of magic.
You got the Force.
Because like the Force is the Force,
okay,
but it's like magic is universal. Like
Well-
there's so many different.
I mean, you can throw it. I've been having this conversation. Like, you might.
There's magic. Like
Well-
think about this. There's magic in Marvel universe, DC universe, in all types of mystical worlds. There's always magic.
We're talking about Harry Potter, like with the wands and
Yeah, that's what I mean. But there's always magic. Magic always exists.
But here's the thing. Magic, there's more of an open variety. It is more
Exactly. It's such
you
a wide range.
It's such
I
a
can see
wide
that,
range
though.
of
It's
what
such
you
a
can
wide
do.
range when it comes to
Oh, yeah,
magic.
The
That's
Force
what
is
I'm
just the
saying.
Force. Like
The Force is
the
just
Force.
the
The
Force.
Force is like it's
The
like
Force
blood
is
bending.
the Force is the same no matter what. But magic has such a wider span.
there's so much more you can. It's literally at your imagination.
What can y'all do? Like, what can y'all do? Because
Endless.
I have my ways of, like, I guess, getting around both ways.
Like look, prime example, magic. Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Who in
Okay.
Star
how
Wars
is he gonna
is
stop
fucking with
him?
Doctor Strange?
How is he gonna kill somebody? He's gonna do his weave, his signs, right? And then he's gonna literally do whatever magic.
Ain't
he's
no
doing.
ninjutsu shit.
That's what he do though. No, but that's what Dr. Strange does though. He literally has to weave his signs.
Right.
But if you're
he does some fidgety shit with his head.
But if you're Darth Vader, literally you're gonna hold him from you're gonna stop him. Probably just stretch his whole body out or something like that. I don't think you can stop
someone that's mystical though. He's stopping regular people.
That's the Force though.
Well, the Force gets canceled out by others with the Force.
But
so like think about Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. Is he
on the same
just
team. That's
controlling?
But
like they're on the same level.
No, what Beast is saying is to stop somebody like a sorcerer or like a magician, and if you have the Force ability, all you have to do is like
literally just
freeze them up with the Force to stop them from like
I
doing a spell.
I understood that point. I don't think the Force works on someone who also has the Force. And I think,
but a sorcerer doesn't have.
I see magic as someone else who also has that mystical external.
But is
ability.
magic and the Force the same thing?
See, that's what I'm saying.
I think magic is stronger than the Force. That's why.
I think so too.
I think so too because it's such a wider range when it comes to magic.
Magic is literally
the Force is absolute. The Force is the Force, but magic could be anything.
It's your imagination.
You got to think about Star Wars. They're literally they're literally way into the future. They probably already have some type of technology to literally stop them from doing that shit like that.
You know who could do both of them in? Professor X. Telepathy.
Yeah, telepathy.
Because all y'all have to do.
I mean, I feel Darth Vader's mind is definitely like something. You
then
just can't
Professor
really
X.
with. Like though,
Professor X is like the strongest telepath.
But I'm just saying, but Darth Vader, he's really that nigga though. Like you really think you could just really,
all Professor X has to do is get in his head and be like.
See, the thing is about Darth Vader though is that he ain't like that nigga as far as like the smartest mind in the world.
No, but
he's just that nigga as far as like the strong. His force is the strongest. Yeah. He has the strongest force, but he is like. Professor X is as strong as he is because he's one of the brightest minds of the world.
His mind is like his telepathy is like on another.
His ability with his mind is what makes it. Darth Vader his vengeance with his force makes it. So you choose vengeance, force, or intellect.
Okay, how is he gonna kill him? How is he gonna kill the Vader? If Vader was to literally be in front of this man right now, he'll literally lift this man up and literally squash him like a fucking bug.
But then Professor X could control the nigga that could give Darth Vader a run for his money, get in that nigga's head.
That's why he's so far in the future, they probably have something to prevent.
Professor X doesn't even have to be near Darth Vader to get in his mind.
And then there's that too.
He could just think about Darth Vader.
Only Magneto's metal helmet stops Professor X.
See, that's otherwise, what I'm saying. So in the future, they probably already have something to prevent that, though.
So you're telling me they have to already be planned to stop him.
Because
they have to already be planning for Professor X to advance. But Professor X doesn't have to plan for Darth Vader.
But look, let's think about this. Professor X is not in the Harry Potter verse though. Like we're talking about people that are strictly Harry Potter, not like
I think magic will win though. Because it's about your imagination with magic.
Yeah,
you
gotta use your wand and shit like that. Like
true.
Leviosa
and Darth Vader's got to use his arm and like
you can use a fucking lightsaber and just throw that shit at them niggas or something. Just
but then I
can just use my wand and put up like a force field and block it.
It's true.
That's true too. That is true too. But how strong is their magic compared to a lightsaber or their force? Anyway?
It's about my imagination.
Yeah, that's the thing about magic. Hey, that's the thing about magic.
No way.
Hey, bro, like. This is gonna be our last thing. I know we're going over time a little bit, but like this has always been like I noticed this from DC Universe is that like Batman is the only of the Justice League that can fuck with the mystical world, everything else like that because he's still human. He still respects the field of magic and spells and everything else. Everybody else like Superman sucks with magic.
That's his weakness.
It's strong, exactly. Besides kryptonite, magic is his other weakness. Besides kryptonite, he's bulletproof. He's Superman and all that shit. The Man of Steel and all that. Mm-hmm. Why is a nigga that's seen as that strong such a pussy when it comes to magic?
But
because it's such an endless possibility when it comes to magic.
To add to your point about Batman,
all that shit out.
To add to your point about Batman, he also dealt with Ra's al Ghul. You know,
yeah.
What's that clip
the
called?
Lazarus of Pimp?
The book, The Shadows, League of Shadows. So that's magic.
Lazarus
that's
Pit?
Mystical. The Lazarus Pit, that's all magic type stuff. You know.
So he's been groomed in that shit.
Right.
Yeah, Batman. He not even as strong as he is if he doesn't know about that shit.
Right.
So that's why he's he's the conscious human being with no powers that could go in there,
Right.
and go deep in there,
Right.
Where like a nigga like Superman thinks that he could just overpower shit, and he just turns into
Someone
a
just
bitch.
put a spell on him, and
and
then
he
it's a
turns
wrap.
into a bitch. No matter how.
Shout
strong
out to
he is.
Batman for being low key
Yeah.
like the best like Justice League hero in the group. Straight up.
It's Superman, but then Batman. But yeah.
See.
I don't know, bro. I used to think that too.
After everything I just said,
All right, last thing. I swear,
argument.
last thing.
Yeah.
Go watch Justice League Doom. It's a cinematic
Yeah,
movie
I've seen
cartoon.
all those anime movies.
Batman basically has a contingency plan for each
he
hero
do. Yeah.
in case they go rogue.
Yeah.
He knows how to take them out.
Yeah.
So like,
He's
if
that
you watch
smart.
that movie, it's about how someone got those plans and turned it against the Justice League, and Batman had to save everybody. It's a dope movie.
At the end of the movie,
That's dope. It's dope, bro.
And the best thing about it, because like the DC anime movies are where it's at. The best thing about it is that the team was like, should we kick him off? Because like this nigga's out here he could take us all out.
Right.
Like
Hey,
that.
that's good though. Literally, Superman
Like,
told
shit, he
Batman,
be
like,
with
hey,
us.
if I go bad, make sure you take me down. And
Yeah,
everything
and that's what kept him on
he
the team.
knows.
Is like, well, shit might hit the fan, and we gotta have someone that can take us out.
Right.
So that's what kept him.
Like, we're too strong.
The
shit.
very same thing that would make him seem as the weak link is what kept him.
Right.
And that one nigga with no powers.
Right.
Go ahead, though.
All right. We wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Wisdom Talk Podcast, episode 40. Your boy Juniani. Follow me on all socials. Just type in Juniani. Spell it like how it sounds, and you'll find me. Follow me over there. Personal Facebook. Don't worry about that. F you. And unless I know you. And yeah, that's it. Hit me up for hats. DM me for hats if you want some. So.
Hey, you already know, Cuzzo.
I need
It's
a
your
hat.
boy A Swole, the Cameroon Goon. We're here at the Hood. Choice D, all of the above. I'm probably going to get another hat too around the time of the next episode.
I got both of y'all.
I'm aiming for more of the truckers.
He's saying that because
That's my new wave of hats right now. After getting that recognized one, the first one I got,
Yeah.
and my Happy Dad hat is to get these trucker hats going.
Facts,
so
Okay.
next hat I'm gonna get is a trucker. I'm gonna have to
Bet.
start collecting trucker hats.
Bet. And then Beast, I guess we
yeah,
have
man. Hey, it's your boy Beast2Saucey, man. Hey, we out, man. It's Wisdom Talk.
All right. Wisdom Talk Podcast. We out. Peace.